Are you boys ready for the grind? It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the number one source of all things WWE right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. And yes, it's Thursday Night Wars, because right now, as we speak, the flagship is recording their show. AEW versus WWE.
Really?
Thursday Night Wars. Yeah.
Huh.
Little slight delay on the flagship show this week because of Dave Chappelle. I'd delay it too for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, true. All right.
Dave Chappelle was in Charleston, so the
Nice.
fellas were enjoying a little me time. You know what I'm saying? But
Nice.
we're here. Of course, it's me, the one and the only J-Bone, Boney in the bank, and with me always is the MVP Marco. What's up, Marco?
Nothing much. Just yeah. I mean, we should just get right to it. I mean, someone's gone? Someone does.
Well, he's not gone. He's just,
I mean, not gone, but someone conveniently is not on the show because someone took the ball and went home because someone else became the new world champion.
Someone Stone Cold Steve Austin the show. And that is, yes, the young puke is not here, but he will be back next week. I will be gone the next 2 weeks, but more on that later. But shout out to Cutthroat in the building. What's up, man? What's up, my man? We doing all right. Sad face. Don't be sad, man.
Right?
It's RAWDOWN. It's RAWDOWN town. I think of course we had what's it called? Afternoon of Champions, like to call it.
Yeah.
We got a little business to take care of.
And now, the RAWDOWN presents the crowning ceremony for the RAWDOWN Championship.
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
And we appreciate Alexa Bliss's surprise baby for doing that. Thank you.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks for doing that intro. Yeah, so I guess it's time to do it. And new RAWDOWN champion Marco. Marco, I'll let you have the floor.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. I mean, it was a hard fought battle. The last time around came up a little bit short. I was I was crowned. I'm not good enough to call Backlash award. Just coming up from that, was really moved up a spot. It was just a crowning. It was just a weekend of crowning new champions. I mean, that's all it was. It was like me. Put me in the same name as my, Seth Rollins and ASUKA. If you want to throw in AEW,
Jade. I mean, Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander. I mean, just all around champs. Just a championship weekend. I mean, it was bound to happen. Once I got
screwed.
I won it, I mean, it just kind of like steamrolled. I just touched everybody, and they just all started winning gold. I don't know what to say. I mean,
you had Seth and Sheena and Jordan out there distracting the referee. And you did the quick roll up on me when I wasn't paying attention.
It was like the bloodline. It was like I'm
Sami Zayn. I'm Cody Rhodes. I'm the Louisiana Nightmare.
Jordan came up with the Samoan spike. Took you out. You definitely Michael Jordan me. I was Byron Russell. Twisted me up. Wasn't fair. It was Greg Elo, just a jumper of the shot heard around the world. No.
Right. But however, money. Will I use it tonight? I could use it at any point in the show.
You could.
I could use it for the next couple of weeks because we do have Money in the Bank, which we may get into a little bit of that here in the show. But I don't know. I got it right here. I may try to schoolboy you at some point. We'll see. So, anyways, congratulations to you for for the victory. At least it's you and not the young puke. So.
What was the final score like? How did it?
I don't remember the exact point. You won by 1 point. You got one of the bonus points, right? That's we actually tied on the matches. We had the same. See, young puke was way behind.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
picked Bloodline. He picked Cody Rhodes. Like, dude, she was way off in the distance.
We told him. Finish of that match was going to be a schmoz. It was going to be a schmoz finish. He didn't want to listen. What happened? We didn't expect. Obviously, we're going to talk about it, but
the numbers don't lie.
I was expecting a schmoz. I was expecting, Usos coming out doing what they did. I wasn't expecting the rest of it. That was jaws on the floor when that happened.
Yeah, it was. We'll talk about it too here in just a little bit. Quite a bit of stuff to get into. I guess we'll get. I don't think there's any outside the ring news to really talk about. Not really. Of course, Alexa Bliss will be out, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
Her and Raya Cabrera announced their pregnancy. There's a lot of women wrestlers are pregnant now. You got Carmella, you got Alexa, Taya Mello.
Yep.
However you say her name. Sorry.
Supposedly, my wife thinks that Charlotte, taking all these absences, might be going down that road as well. I'm not sure. I don't see it being the athlete that she is, but it could be wrong. That might be a bug.
Could be. It could be. I think something like that. Look, Ric Flair, he's known nowadays for not able to keep a secret.
Yeah, he would have said something already.
He would have said something by now. brother forgot what kayfabe was.
I know, my God, dude, that dude was freaking and everything. Oh, Charlotte, I see her. She'll be back. She'll be back this week on SmackDown. Like, what the hell, dude?
Brother doesn't know what kayfabe is anymore. He retired and was like, okay.
Yeah, the only other news I see, not really news, but rumors of a little bit of update on Bray Wyatt. Not sure if you've seen that about,
Yeah, that's a little something. I don't know if it's much to really talk about.
Yeah.
I'm over Bray. But I think we'll get into our collar and elbow.
Collar and elbow.
So, overall, just real quick, overall thoughts on the show. Did it exceed expectations? Or did it under-deliver, over-deliver, or met your expectations?
Let me think. I think for me, it might have over-delivered just a little bit.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. I was going and expecting not anything great. Really surprised that they opened with the world title match. I think
we'll talk about that.
That was whoa. That was kind of, and then billing it as like a double main event or triple main event or whatever, what have you. They kind of, the way they spaced it out was like the triple main event was like beginning, middle, and end, right? They had like Seth AJ in the middle. The beginning, Rhodes, LESNAR, kind of in the middle, and then at the end it capped off with the tag match. But now in hindsight, that's why they ended it with the tag match because of. What
right. Well,
afterwards, which
imagine
coming down off a high of seeing that and then having to watch Seth and AJ, they would have got no attention whatsoever.
Yeah,
if they're going to go that route.
So real quick, I agree. With you, it did like just slightly. I thought the whole weekend of wrestling, by the way, was great.
It was great.
Impact, Night of Champions, and Double or Nothing.
And that wasn't even my favorite show of the whole weekend.
Oh, what was that? What was your favorite show?
NXT, dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't even watch it. So.
Dude,
I need to go back.
And everyone knows about, I'm not going to get on the AEW hate train because we praised, what was it? Was it Revolution?
Yeah.
The pacing of it was great. The matches. What
the
the hell happened this time around? Like, it was just like something. It seemed like after that, my favorite. It wasn't even like an actual singles match. My favorite match on that was that Battle Royal.
My opinion on the whole situation, that they got a little bogged down.
Seemed rushed
on the future. You know, they've got a lot of distractions right now. You got Wembley, you got Collision, you got CM Punk. I think, you know, that like going to the final stretch, like they were. Well, the go home show was meh, but like before that, like I think they were on a good pace.
Yeah.
And it's like when they got to the finish line, it's like almost. You know, they got you know, I still think it was a great show, you know. It was
good. Yeah, it was good.
But I think it could have been better, but I think they lost attention. Anyways, we're gonna talk WWE. We'll leave the AEW talk for the Too Bad Chads. But you know, starting off the night, like you mentioned, the World Heavyweight Championship match, AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. What's your thoughts?
Man, it was good. You know what? I mean, I'm trying to recall it a little bit. Did start off a little slow, and I think that was like it wasn't like they're not going to come in like guns blazing and going crazy and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Start off a little bit slow, and then obviously started gradually getting more fast paced. The one thing they got me with, suckered me in, was that the leg. Seth Rollins playing the leg injury, not being able to do the stomp and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, they might swerve us and have AJ Styles might be walking out, because I mean, I definitely want to see AJ Styles have another like world title run at some point.
Cutthroat wants me to use that bank. The bank.
The headlock takeover, just like MJF.
Yeah,
that's so funny. But yeah, I mean, after the leg injury, quotation marks, that's when the match started picking up pace, and you know, them trying, you know, their best moves. They both hit all their signature moves. They hit their finishers, kicked out of the finishers. I thought it was good, man. I mean, would you expect anything less?
No, the match was great.
Rollins?
I mean, the match is great. Again, I mean, like we talked about several times the last couple of weeks, you have a third world championship. It's like, yeah. I'm not going to beat that dead horse, but I mean, obviously, like you said, and we'll get to the events that transpired in the main event. You know, you know what they had planned. You had to keep it going on last. I agree with that, but man, I feel like you're just killing this title before it even has a chance.
Yeah,
you know, before it even has a chance to breathe. Like, we'll get to it. We'll get to that stuff later on, because I have some thoughts on it. But I really think this match should go, and we all predicted it that it should go on last.
Yeah,
you really got to make this title mean something. Yes. You know, Seth Rollins is going to do a great job holding the title, and you know, he's going to have it mean something. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. You know, and that's not a knock on Seth Rollins. Obviously, he's one of the best in the world. It's just the way they've positioned the title, the way they've, you know, introduced it, and then having the booking with Roman. It just you're losing foot already, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think too. Like, I think with this world title, I think you're gonna see some gears switch a little bit when it comes to like that world title main event picture and the people that are going to be involved with it. Right. Obviously, you're going to see Judgment Day. They're going to try to get their hands on it. Definitely, for some reason, the way the story is going with the Bloodline, I don't see Cody finishing his story with Roman.
I don't know, man.
I see it. I see him having another match with Seth for that world title.
It's all over the board, and which is fine. It's good.
It
makes it exciting.
Yeah, the way it's going, it seems like the Bloodline storyline has to come full circle at some point. And it has to be Jay that has to get back in the ring.
Look, maybe Cody doesn't even want the title. Have we even thought about that? Like
what the Roman title, you mean?
Yeah, the Roman title. Yeah,
I think he wants that world. The world. I mean, watching Seth Rollins come down with it on Monday night and having like him wearing it, it's a. I mean, obviously, it's a really nice title. And they talk about the lineage a little bit of it with the greats that held it and all. They what do you call it? I almost said Michael Cole said it. He actually did say it on Night of Champions.
Okay.
They did mention a lineage. So, like I said, Roman celebrating his 1,000 days with the Universal Championship, not the other championship.
Right.
They're really focusing on that as the Universal Championship. You can technically peel Cody away from that since he's on Raw. He's on the brand with the World Heavyweight Championship. Why does he have to go against Roman? There's no need for him to actually. I mean, he did have that loss against him. They can have a rematch, but it doesn't have to be for the title. I mean,
I think if you put that title on Cody, it's people are
the World Heavyweight. You mean, or the
the World
Universal?
Heavyweight? Yeah, sorry, pronouns pal. I think if you put the World Heavyweight title, people are just going to automatically be like, see, he left AEW for this.
Yeah,
this is what he left AEW. He couldn't beat Roman, like, and at the same time, you're gonna have AEW fans getting angry because it's like, dude, this is why I don't watch WWE. You guys have a guy come in and you bury him, a la Sting, a la Booker T, whoever else. All that list goes on and on. You know, Scott Steiner. You know, I think he's got to win the Universal title, and I hear you. Like it's set up right now for him to win the world title, but how do you get there, man? Like it's a tough road.
Yeah, obviously there's ways to get it. Like, you know, obviously with Royal Rumble, he could get in that way. Obviously, I mean, or any other way they could, figure out a way to get him over to SmackDown or something like that. Don't think he's winning the Money in the Bank. That's
no, you can't do that. That's a cheap win. He's got to earn it. He's got to earn the win.
No, that's a.
Uh-oh. Can't hear you. Sorry, pal. Can't hear you. Checking 1, 2, 3. Can't hear you. Hello. Can't hear you. Hold on. Your audio's off right here. Man, this is exciting stuff.
Did you hear it?
Okay, there we go. And yours back.
Oh, weird. Why did it mute?
I don't know.
I was gonna say, yeah. So, Cody, obviously, like you said, it's a cheap win. He does, win the Money in the Bank, and then he can cash it in, all that stuff. And you're right. He does have to kind of work his way back up to that thing. So maybe the cards are he faces, Roman, at some point. SummerSlam, a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I mean.
Nah. I think you gotta have one more Cody Brock match for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely happening. Obviously, I think Brock's coming out to because Cody's definitely going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Brock will come out, ruin his chances, and then
that's another way you could give him an out, like, Brock screwed him over, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but
yada yada.
It's a storyline. I don't. Like, obviously, they could, Jay and Roman can just have a match. They don't have to. It doesn't have to be for the, world titles. It can be, he's the first person to pin Roman. It could be something like that, or I don't know, man. I don't know how they like. It's like they bet. Like, it's not that they obviously they're gonna figure out a way to get them out of the whatever jam they're in. But it's there's so many different layers to so many different reasons that you can give everybody to pin Roman and to dethrone Roman right now. And maybe that's the right way they're doing it. Like, now we're talking about only this person can do it. Then they could be like, no, but what about Jay? What about Jimmy? Jimmy might be the one.
Because in the process, you're getting everybody over by having them in the conversation.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Seth, who knows? Maybe Seth wants to take the titles from Roman at some point. Maybe he wants to add 2 more titles. Maybe, like you said, maybe Damian Priest. It seems like they're pushing him very heavy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
maybe the Judgment Day has a say in that. I don't know. So I mean, like I said, it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, it's scary because, you want when he loses, it's going to be huge and it's going to propel whoever that person is.
Right. Well,
whoever's involved anyway, I should say.
So Seth and AJ they're done. Their feud's done. Who do you foresee Seth going up against next? Because what we saw in Raw, Dom, they teased Dom, but he looks like he might be in the Money in the Bank match.
They teased Finn. Obviously, Finn's
yeah.
another one. I definitely would love. Obviously, I would love to see Finn and Seth go at it again.
Right.
Damian Priest.
You can run that back. I think that's the guy.
Yeah.
As much as I've shit on him in the past, you know, I mean, obviously that match he had with Bad Bunny was just incredible. And I mean, the fact that he put over quote unquote a outsider.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. I'm talking about, you know, a celebrity guy. Dude, that speaks volumes for the company, because I mean that helps the company so much to get eyes on him. So, you know, I'm not saying he'll win it, obviously, but it'd be a good contender and it'd be, you know, like, Damien's obviously a lot bigger than Seth. Like, can Seth chop down the big man? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a good one match. You know, good feud to have, and then you have Dom and the Money in the Bank. Kind of add that.
Man.
Suspense
Major heat.
Dude,
If he wins Money in the Bank, that's it. He's on another level, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate his guts.
Yeah. I hate your guts.
I mean, they already hate the fact that he stole Rhea from Buddy. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just putting rumors out there.
To get me to the boiling point, yeah.
That's everyone's. Have you seen like the pages people dedicate to Rhea and Dom, like the videos that they?
No.
It's like, I don't know. Buddy's punching the air right now. That's all I gotta say. Swinging wildly.
He's looking so ominous, but he got cooked by a kid named Dominic. That line, and he had a line with
everyone's thinking it. He's one of the only ones. Everyone. I mean, we don't really talk about gossipy, you know,
right.
relationship stuff.
Obviously,
but
it's
dude, come on.
There's nothing there, but you know,
I don't know. It's the on-screen, the people go by the on-screen chemistry, as they say, between Dom and
it's an Edge and Lita Matt Hardy situation.
I wouldn't put it past him. I mean,
damn, Dom, I didn't know he had that kind of game.
He's a Mysterio, man. His father dated Jennifer Aniston at one point.
Oh, come on, Mark. Come on. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Damn. All right, let's move on to our next match. Second match, very interesting. Trish Stratus defeated Becky Lynch by pinfall. Match went pretty long, 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the components of the match, as I texted in the group, I was not a fan of. Becky Lynch was at one point literally carrying Trish throughout the match, so she could do the Stratusfaction and and it was like, I was like, dude, yikes. Now, that being said, I'll get my criticism out of the way. I did love the ending of the match. I'm a huge fan of this, and I am a huge fan of Zoe Stark. The little bit I've seen of NXT, so I'll watch Zoe Stark. She's definitely impressed me a lot. That could be somebody for the future.
Yeah.
And I love this pairing with her because it's one thing you wouldn't expect, right? Zoe and Trish Stratus, but it immediately puts Zoe in a high-profile storyline, and also you add more fuel to the fire. We finally have a great women's program without the title being included, and I'm down for it. You know,
yeah, definitely.
So, although the match quality wasn't there, that's okay. The storytelling is more important for me, anyways.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was another match. I kind of slow pace at the beginning, like you said, a lot of carrying on Becky's part.
I'm carrying your Trish with me.
I know I was, in the beginning stages of the RAWDOWN, in the beginning iterations, I was very critical of Becky Lynch when she was a heel. But I think now with Trish, she's getting back into the gimmick.
Right.
And the crowd's behind her a lot more now. Another bloody face photo for her too at the end.
Yep.
busted her nose up, which was pretty awesome. I love the gear, the Kill Bill gear that she had on. My son loves Zoe Stark for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I think because
he's got great taste.
it was the NXT. It was that, I think what Premium Live event it was. It was when they were doing that weird new match where it's you run in, you get points and all that
Survivor
stuff.
Man match or something.
Yeah, whatever that shit was.
Yeah.
He was
That
watching
wasn't
it. And he was
much.
like, he's seen her name Zoe, and he just because he's reading and stuff now, so he's starting to read names and all that stuff. So that name just popped out to him. So every time she comes out, he always So I'm like, they're giving her a push. And we were just talking about this beginning. A lot of ladies are stepping out and do Charlotte's gone.
You kind of need to.
Alexa Bliss. So but this is good that they're bringing in. And she's been on the show for what, 2 weeks, maybe 3, and she's already in a main event spot. And Triple H is really high on her too. Especially when she was in NXT.
The match you're talking about, I forgot the name of it. So I did watch that match.
Yeah.
And it was an okay match. But Zoe that's when I became a Zoe Stark fan, actually.
She stuck out.
So she stuck out for me, and I was like, damn, she's good.
She's great on the mic. She is. She's awesome on the mic. She looks definitely very confident when she's on the mic, especially when staying in the ring this past Monday night with Trish. Just talking her shit and all that stuff. So I'm happy. I was happy with the end. I'm the same with you. I loved the finish. I love that, Trish, just didn't, get the easy, she just pinned Becky 1, 2, 3. She needed help to do it. And what better way to take a naive person under your wing and to do your evil deeds. And she did it.
You ever think, wrestlers have to stay underneath the ring, for stuff like that, obviously.
Yeah.
You ever think how scary that would be? Because and how loud it is too.
Oh there's some banging on the mat and the
now obviously not, especially way back in the day. I'm sure they probably had a monitor, I would think, underneath there, but probably wasn't very good quality. Like for instance, the Undertaker, whenever he pops through the ring, right?
Yeah.
To me, you're not really sure what's going on. You probably you may have a headset, and give it some kind of cue, but other than that, you're like, oh shit! What was that? Nowadays they have really good monitors, and so they can watch the matches. But still, you're still feeling the bumps happen. That can't be fun.
Yeah, no, you could tell she kind of sprinted. She kind of popped out really fast too, because it seemed like she didn't want to miss. She was probably watching the monitor, and they were outside the ring, and she was probably like, oh shit! You can see her just sprint out, do the move, and just slide right back in, under the ring.
Right.
So yeah, no, you got to imagine too. They're in a place where it's probably extremely hot there too.
True.
As well. So
very true.
She's under there, and I'll give it to Trish and Becky for wearing the full body suits too. That's probably not an ideal situation for them.
Right.
I'll Undertaker, Goldberg.
Good point. I didn't think about that. I'll go ahead and rescind my criticism on the match quality for now. But yeah, but yeah, good point. So, yeah, but I thought, like I said, it doesn't matter with match quality. I was in tune with the story, and I thought it was a good story. And we had a banger of a match to start off with. Then you had, great story. Moving on to the next match, we had, I forgot how they said, Daring General. General. Gunther defeated Mustafa Ali by pinfall. This is actually what won you your RAWDOWN title right here. You predicted, I think, 6 chops, and you actually got it right on the nose.
Yeah.
So of course Gunther defeated Mustafa Ali, and he's still your Intercontinental Champion. Just hit 365, I believe. It's been a year, and I think he's 100 days or something along those lines away from overtaking Honky Tonk Man, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
I know, that's crazy. How long ago was that? What did they say over?
It was 88. 35 years ago.
Yeah, geez, that record's been sitting there for a while.
I didn't realize it was that long. I for some reason I thought the Miz had broke it, but
that's what I thought too.
I guess he didn't. Maybe he had a little interruption in his reign, but
Maybe multiple time.
yeah,
Maybe he has the
I
most
don't know.
multiple Intercontinental. Actually,
I know
that
he
might
had
be Jericho. Actually, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, Jericho. Yeah, he has the most reigns at 9.
Yeah.
So, but Miz is right there. He's like at 7 or 8. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought for some reason Miz had the longest reign, but I was wrong. It's the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. I should have known that. Got your long sideburns and your hair slicked back.
I think he has to. I think Gunther has to face Honky Tonk Man on the,
Let's
on the
go.
final day of the
Let's
record
go,
break.
Wayne. Come on, Wayne. Come out of retirement, man. Maybe Brian Myers will come back and he'll come in as the Honkenstock Man.
Oh, that's a good idea. I love it. That's a great idea.
Oh man, that's some 90s WWE booking for you. Hey Brian, what you doing? Okay, look, we got an idea for you, kid. You know, we saw what you did at Talking Shop and Mania. We want you to come in as Honkenstock. Yeah, let me leave my job at Impact and come do that.
I know, right?
Fired.
No thanks.
For not putting me over again. All right, cool. Anyways, but yeah, Gunther, obviously, probably I would say more likely going to break Honky Tonk Man's record.
Yeah.
What's your feelings on it? You down with it? Are you down? Are you down with the Ring General?
Yeah, no, definitely, of course. It's come on. Ever since NXT, dude.
Yeah.
Just him destroying everybody, but yeah, I like it because the whole fact that he was, rumored to almost be, cut pretty much after his, that first time he was on Raw. Supposedly they're gonna, can him after that, and from that till now, him bringing that, title to the prestige that it is, and it's always I do like what they're doing now with the IC title, where if they do give it to somebody, it is treated as such, like an important championship or important title. And I mean, I kind of want to give Miz the credit for that more recently, because when he was the Intercontinental Champion, that was the championship on Raw. Like, Brock was the champ at the time. He wasn't really on TV. And you see Miz every week with the IC title. So I kind of want to give him credit for the one to like bring the IC title back to where, it was an important thing.
Right.
It got its spot on WrestleMania when he held it as well. Same thing with Gunther. They had triple threat match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor and Miz. That was an awesome match. Like, they treated it as a main title, and I think Gunther having it just like obviously exceeds that expectation. And he just looks like a champion too.
He does.
That's the thing. Like, the next person that takes it off of him has to be equal to his stature, which is
it's gonna be hard, right? Yeah. Do you think we'll obviously get into Asuka, Bianca Belair, but having these long reigns like this, does that affect the next person who wins the title? So, like, for instance, like we keep talking who's going to take the title for Roman. It's becoming a major thing, like where it's almost overshadowing the Roman's reign a little bit. Like, okay, yeah, we get it. Like, okay, that's cool. It's 1,000 days, but who's gonna beat him?
Yeah,
who's gonna do it? Same thing with the kind of like Gunther. Is that putting too much pressure on the next person?
I mean, yeah, I would think so. But I think you have to be ready for it, right? If you get that call, if they're like, hey, it's in Roman's case, hey, it's you're the person, you're the one that's going to dethrone, Roman, take the titles off, and be the first person to ever pin him in 1,000+ days. That is a huge thing. So yeah, you definitely have to, be in the right mindset to do so. Say they would. I mean, I would assume the same thing happened with Asuka, because we'll get to that match when they're like, "Hey, you're gonna end, the most current. She's the most current, longest reigning women's champ, right? Like, of this,
right? Yeah,
this generation essentially.
Right.
So that's a huge task. I mean, Asuka's been there before. She's she had to relinquish her title from NXT. Right. Like, no one ever beat her. So like, she's kind of. I mean. I would assume she got the same type of pressure, like, hey, you're going to be the one to, dethrone Bianca, which is like, we'll get to it. It was kind of.
Well, we can talk about it right now. I was going to say, Obviously, Asuka defeated Bianca Belair, become the new new RAWDOWN champion, new Raw champion. And look, honestly,
I watched the match, and a matter of fact, I fell asleep in the middle of it.
I literally did actually. I dozed off for a second. I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, Asuka won."
Oh shit.
I was laying in my bed just chilling, and I was like, and I kind of dozed off. I mean, the match to me was like kind of paint by numbers. I was like, oh
Yeah.
like once she did that first miss, I'm like, oh, here we go, and I kind of like, wow, fell asleep, took a little snoozer, but I mean, I'm not trying to discredit the match, but I'm just trying to say I'm like Garfield. Yeah.
I like the finish though. I thought the finish was
Yeah, it was good. It was good. No, I went back. It was good. It was a good finish. But man, I got mixed feelings on this. I mean, yeah, we've been talking a lot about Bianca over the last couple of weeks. What does she need? I guess, well, now she's on SmackDown. So
Yep.
she can't go back for the Raw title unless they break their rules, which they probably will. I don't see them doing it this quickly though. Technically, you don't have a women's champion on SmackDown now, and that could kind of affect the division a little bit, right?
Technically, you do. I mean, she's just not.
She's not on Raw.
Yeah, she's not. I mean,
She's on Raw. I mean,
yeah, she's on Raw, but she's supposed to be on SmackDown. But I don't. Yeah, it's weird. So I'm assuming she's gonna have to face Rhea, right, or something to take the title off of her, since they're not. I mean, I think that's why they kind of haven't done a belt swap yet.
Well, here's what I think. I think Rhea will face Asuka, maybe at Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's Championship. Just a prediction. Or at some point soon. Maybe not Money in the Bank, but at some point soon. Rhea will win the Raw Women's Championship, come Rhea 2 belts. But then they will tell her to relinquish the SmackDown Championship. And that's how you do the belt swap.
Oh, okay. They could go that route. That makes sense.
Yeah. Quick shout out to the Broadcast Podcast. What's up, man? Hope y'all are doing all right on this beautiful evening. Cutthroat. Sorry, I just saw this. He says Eugene for Hall of Fame 2024, and I couldn't agree with you any more than that.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
But anyways, but is this what Bianca needed?
I think so. To get that edge. Because we talked about her, kind of not turning heel, but kind of showing a different. Hopefully this helps and she gets a different side, a different character, and kind of a little change up a little bit, more of our harder edged Bianca. It's not like when she lost it the first time with Becky when it was like 28 seconds. That was awful.
Right.
But this time around now,
well, right, obviously, yeah.
This person cheated to win. It wasn't on the up and up. So now,
yeah, she's protected. She has
to kind of, I think, change her ways a little bit and not be so naive. And when she comes back for whatever title it's going to be, she's going to be a little bit more, like I said, like more edgy when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully that's what they're doing.
And another thought I had is maybe you still keep the SmackDown Championship with Rhea. She's still on Raw. She never goes to SmackDown. And the roster kind of turns on Bianca a little bit. Look, you lost that title. We have nothing to compete for anymore. Bianca wins the Royal Rumble. She challenges Rhea at WrestleMania and wins the title. So all this year for this entire year, the story is the women are just upset or for losing the title and not having them a chance to win anything. I don't know. It's just weird with this SmackDown champion on Raw dynamic. I don't know why they didn't plan that out better.
Yeah, it's weird. They don't even
why wouldn't you put Judgment Day on SmackDown? They're obviously like one of the hottest acts right now in the company, and you would want that on Fox, right? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's confusing. It really is. So I don't know. You know, I still kind of think she needs to be heel. I'm still gonna kind of go with that for right now. I mean, unless they can find a way to even, gain more sympathy. I think this is just kind of cookie cutter, like, oh, she lost the title. Oh no. I mean, we saw this with John Cena, like, and we're seeing it pretty much now with Cody Rhodes. So I don't know. I love Bianca. She needs to be protected at all costs.
I think so. Yeah, no, of course.
We do that. So however you see fit. But it was a good match. Just a little shocking ending. This was not a good match because it only lasted a minute and 10 seconds. Rhea Ripley defeated Birthday Girl Natty Neihart.
Boy.
In a minute and 10 seconds. I believe the celebrations were longer than the match itself.
Yeah, I don't think we have to talk about this match at all. It's just pretty much a squash match.
Squizosh, man. Gee whiz. Anyways, moving on. Brock Lesnar defeated Cody Rhodes by technical submission. This is according to Wikipedia. I guess because he never tapped out, but
nope.
Good match. I mean, it was predictable, but like Chad says, predictability in wrestling is not always a bad thing, and I agree with that. So, I thought it was a good match. I thought it was pretty fun. What's your thoughts?
No, I liked it. I figured they're going to go some route where Brock was going to win, but it wasn't going to be pinning. It was going to be some type of submission, or Cody was going to be beat down or not respond or something crazy like that. Because he has to have that he fights until he can't fight anymore type of attitude. So especially with a guy like Brock Lesnar. But what I have been seeing a lot is people comparing him passing out, and the same thing with Stone Cold in the Bret Hart match when he was like,
no, you can't do that.
No, but people were saying like, why did he pass out? He wasn't leaking blood or anything. I'm like, you don't have to pass out from blood loss. You can just pass out from pain.
Those are people that have never been in a fight.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you can pass out from any aspect of a fight. You could just pass out. You could get like, he could have punched him earlier in the match and it could have done, I don't know, something. But like, just to compare, like, oh, you have to lose blood in order to pass out. It's like, no. If Brock Lesnar has you in a Kimura lock right now and you can't tap out, you're going to pass out from the pain alone.
Your body shuts down.
Your body's going to shut down from shock.
It's called shock. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I hated, like, people just arguing the fact that, like, oh, Cody passed out.
I didn't see that. That's hilarious.
It's like, oh, come on, people. It's like, it's a, like you said, it's a fight. He passed out because
they said it 20 times before the match. We're going to be in a fight.
It's going to be a fight.
Hey,
we're going to fight. I did call it wrong. He did come down in the whole American Nightmare.
Yeah. I did notice that. Yeah.
I was totally wrong about that. I thought it was going to be received. But
hey, and the crowd,
Cody could get it over, dude.
And the crowd ate it up. They still did the whoa.
He's still, I mean, he got the Saudi screaming, whoa, to the, I mean, so he's over, man. I don't know if you can bury that dude. If you get that over there, that's it. I mean, guys, he's a made man.
I thought for sure he was going to come out as the Arabian Nightmare.
No, but we thought he was going to, like, have Brock stick, because Brock came out first.
Right.
So my initial reaction was, he's going to hit him from behind. He's just going to, like, jump through the crowd.
Or have the cutoff shirt and jeans or something.
Yeah, come on, just, like, beat the crap out of him or something. Whereas, like, gear or, like, the cutoff shirt, whatever.
It's a Jetta street fight.
Yeah, before the bell rang, like, get a few shots in with the belt, with the weight belt or something. I don't know. But they went with the whole entrance, and I was like, when I seen that, I was like, you can't kill the dude. You can't kill his character. There's no way you can bury this guy. Nah. People are screaming, whoa, in another country.
In a country that hates Americans.
That's not a big fan of this country.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But they love some WWE.
Yeah, if anyone has any doubts of Cody Rhodes' status as a superstar in the WWE, Watch that match. Watch that entrance and tell me if he's.
I'll tell you what, American fans definitely wouldn't be cheering for Arabian.
Yeah, no,
the Arabian Nightmare.
The Arabian Nightmare.
Muhammad Hassan.
Jeez, dude.
Oh,
I mean, if he had a catchy song, I think, yeah, he'd be over. If he had-
Muhammad Hassan had a catchy song.
yeah, it's true. He did have a catchy song.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not Sergeant Slaughter though. You better not turn your back on your Americans and go be an Iraqi sympathizer. Don't you do it, buddy.
Yeah, no, don't.
We
do
don't
that.
like you.
Don't be like Sergeant Slaughter.
Anyways, yeah. So yeah, fine match. I think nothing really too exciting. I mean, I think at least for you and I, it was predictable.
Oh yeah, no.
The young puke was like, "Oh yeah, Cody's gonna win. He's gonna become Universal Champion. He's gonna be, King of the Ring, Royal Rumble winner, just with this victory right here."
We gotta teach him. It's okay to just be wrong sometimes. That's all. It's like you don't have to go for the,
He's on a cold streak right now, man. He ever since I took the title, he's been, I don't know, he's making some bad decisions.
Yeah, man. He's I don't know. He's flustered.
Yeah.
He's a flustered young man. He needs to get it back. He needs to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, he's John Cena after WrestleMania 28 right now.
Yeah, he's just sitting on the ramp, just like, what the hell's going on?
Oh
with me?
man, I got to do that picture.
Oh, dude, yeah. Get a picture of young Anthony.
Oh man,
and superimpose his face on John Cena. You have to do that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do that for sure. That's hilarious. Yeah, so now I think it's time for the main event. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, and the Solo Sikoa for the still are the WWE Tag Team Champions. Match with 26 minutes and 25 seconds. Long match. Obviously,
Yeah.
Roman events are going to go long. Great match.
Yeah.
Match was great. Okay, so when you saw this was going to be last, were you automatically thinking shenanigans?
Yes.
Yeah. Me too.
Not what obviously what we're going to talk about, but definitely
Right.
definitely some discourse within the bloodline of miscommunication. I told you guys to stay home while you're out here, that type of thing.
Well, and then let's talk about that too, because on SmackDown there was an interesting situation that happened with Roman and the Usos, more particularly with Jimmy. He shoved Jimmy's face, and like you said, just so you guys go home.
Yeah,
just being the bully that he is, right? And Jimmy. Well, I guess we'll get into it. Roman's in the match. He's tagged in and he's doing work. And no, he's not tagged in. I think he's just in there illegally. But anyways, Usos come in and they blast Roman. Kind of stuns him at first. He's goes down to his knees. Jimmy hits him again. Boom, knocks him out of the ring. And that's the bloodline implode right there.
Well, yeah.
Officially.
Well, let's bring it back a little because the Usos come in. They're beating up. I believe it was
Thanks.
Kevin Owens, right on the outside.
Right. Yes,
beating him up. They go in. They go in and they with Solo and Sammy are in the ring. They go to the super kick. Solo's holding Sammy. They go to super kick Sammy. They drill Solo. Knock him on his keister, as they say.
On his tuchus.
Just sitting right down. And, Roman's on the outside looking in like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Gets in the ring, obviously. Not happy. Not a happy tribal chief at that moment. What the hell are you doing? Shoves Jimmy. Get out of here, you dummy. And then he goes to Jay, and Jay's like, we got you, man. We got you. We always got you. We're here for you. And then, Roman's like, what are you doing? Oh, he touches him. And Roman goes, you just touched me? What are you doing? You're not even supposed to be here. And then he says, here's what got me when Roman said, there ain't no more day one. No more day one around.
Oh, I
here.
didn't even hear that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
like, this is the no more day one. No more day one.
Actually,
Day
I do
one's
remember
gone.
now. Yeah,
No
yeah,
more
yeah.
day one ish. That's it. And he shoves Jay. That's when he gets
Blasted.
the super kick heard
Thank
around
you,
the
yeah.
world. And then obviously he pans to Jay. Jay with the stunned face again. With the whole like same exact face he gave Sammy. Like
Right.
I don't know what to do. Now at first it was Sammy, his brother in arms. Not his blood brother, but his brother in arms. Now he's looking at his blood brother do the same thing. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? And then, Jimmy's like, listen to me. He's like, he had it coming to him. He's like, I'm just doing something that you should have did a long time ago. And they just cracks him again, sends him reeling out the ring. And that was like when he did it the first time, it's just like, holy crap, he did it. It may have been an accident. Maybe he didn't know what was going on. Maybe he thought it was Sammy getting in his face. Maybe he thought it was Kevin. But then when he did the second time, you're like, no, Jimmy did that shit on purpose.
Damn, Jimmy.
Yeah, he put it. He was the one. If you go back to the beginning, if you watch that, definitely if you haven't, go back and watch that 2-hour playlist that WWE put together. Like it brings you to the beginning of it all the way till I'm not sure if they added to it. I think it just ends with
right before Cody.
Right before Cody, yeah, right before WrestleMania, I believe, or after WrestleMania. But Jimmy was that one that was never like really like he was always he's always just like talking shit to Roman, like I'm not listening to you. Yeah, nobody's bitch. We had that shirt. Always wanted to like fight, like let's go, let's do this. And Roman was always like never like not that he was scared of Jimmy, right? Never wanted to like engage with Jimmy. Does he feel that Jay's the more one? He's the easier one to manipulate. And Jimmy's gonna fall in line because Jay's his brother. He's gonna go along with his brother. And I think that's the whole. I think that's that storyline. There is Jimmy's doing it for his brother. He's not doing it for Roman or Solo. He did that for Jay.
Right.
And he can't be as easily manipulated because he's just falling in line with whatever Jay's gonna do. Not really with what Roman's saying. Whatever Jay's doing, that's what he's doing, right? And putting Jay in that position where what Roman did to Jay, he's seen that. He's like, you're not gonna put your hands on my brother. I'm gonna knock you out. And he did it. He pulled the trigger. I mean, it was coming. He had it coming to him. He did say it. Yeah. He's like, he had it coming to him. I mean,
do you think they waited too long for this moment?
Not really. Only because the Jimmy storyline was not forgotten, but it was so long ago that people don't even remember that they had discourse at one point. Yeah, because that happened during that was Thunderdome era when Jimmy and Roman were at odds with each other and they're trying to get the bloodline as a cohesive unit. So that was years ago. That was a couple of years back. So like a lot of people don't remember that. But as you see it like happening, and you see like Jimmy thinking he's doing the right thing and helping jumping Sammy and Kevin when he needs to, and trying to help Roman out. He's not doing the right thing. He's not in Roman's eyes anyway. And I think that's what it comes down to. He's realizing that you're never gonna be good in Roman's eyes.
Right.
You're always gonna have to try. Oh, you did this thing. All right. What about the next thing? Oh, you did that next thing. What about the thing after? It's not gonna stop. And I think Jimmy realized that. And Jay. I don't think Jay has realized that yet. And I think he's gonna be the last one. Like I said, full circle moment. It's gonna come back to. Here's my question: what does Jay do?
Well, I was actually going to bring that up. So I think if they don't do Solo and Roman versus Usos at Money in the Bank, which is being rumored,
yeah.
There's a couple rumors kind of going on. There's going to be one thing. There is going to be a Universal Championship match, and I also heard a rumor that we'll have the tag match, Solo and Roman versus Usos. If they go the singles route, where Roman's opponent has to be Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Jimmy doesn't win, but I think what they do, because it wasn't like Jay was like fully on board.
Yeah, no, he was kind of like
I feel like Jay is gonna turn on Jimmy in the match. Calls Jimmy the match, and then we finally get that Jimmy J match at SummerSlam.
really. The Usos explode.
Usos explode.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they'll fight for a little while. Then Jay will come to his senses and be like, oh, maybe. And this is kind of maybe further booking. Not sure how far we can get into it because you still have Cody in the background. You still have whoever the challenger they have waiting in WrestleMania 40. Still have them. It might be Jay. Who knows? Then at some point you'll have Jay versus Roman, and he'll come to his senses, and then the Usos will reunite. It'll be just a quick split, just a Schmidt split,
Do you think we see because Rikishi's been tweeting a lot about like the responding to? Do you think we get a TV appearance from
I've
any of
been
the
I've been
elders?
I've been wanting that for a while. I think that would only accentuate the story. Have Sika, Alpha out there.
Maybe they could do the tribal court again, but would put
baby,
Jimmy, but
here
then
we go.
and then have Rikishi. Yeah, dude, and have like the.
I'm interested too. I wonder where's Jacob Fatu at in his contract too.
True.
I that's somebody you could bring in immediately because don't if you're gonna do a Jacob Fatu, don't have him go through NXT. Solo needed that NXT run.
Yeah,
a little bit. Jacob Fatu already has a name. He's, no pun intended or anything. I mean, he is a part of the bloodline. I mean, he's legit. He already knows how to wrestle. He's already got a character name. That could be a interesting name you could bring in.
Yeah.
I don't know where his contract is. I'm just saying, you could do that at some point. Shit, man. Sign Haku, and then we'll get some Haku figures.
Yeah, no, I think at some point you got to bring in Rikishi and like the elder guys that kind of, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe they don't, they do.
Oh, Samu. We got Samu.
Yeah, maybe they try to smooth things over, but obviously it doesn't go to plan. Because he tweeted something like, "This is enough. This is enough. I can't stand this." Blah blah blah. So maybe I was hoping they were teasing him showing up at some point and talking some sense of Roman and his sons and stuff like that. But because that'll even further the storyline even more. Like now you're bringing the elders back into the fold.
Yeah.
And they have to give their say. Maybe Roman defies them as well, or something like that, or takes it too far.
I do think this should have happened. This should have happened at Royal Rumble.
With Jimmy turning,
yeah,
instead of Sammy,
or maybe not even that. Maybe even Elimination Chamber. I don't know. So somehow you turn on Roman. I think they're just a hair off. Now it does because I kind of thought Bloodline storyline was dead in the water, to be honest with you. Now you kind of breathe in a little new life back into it. No more Sammy and KO. Leave them out of the picture.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. Okay, leave that alone. Until maybe they drop till after they drop the titles, then you can bring them back around at some point. But you got to leave them alone. I mean, you've done the job. Sammy and KO are good. Let's move on. So, I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on it, but I don't know. I think maybe sometimes I get, my head and my heart kind of get confused. My head confuses my heart, and my heart confuses my
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't really had enough time to, even though I know it's been several days now, to really digest. I kind of want to sit back and for kind of, write in my own story, really. But I mean, look, we're moving on something good. But again, here's another, and this is what I wanted to bring up earlier. and this has been a big criticism I've had with the Bloodline, as much as it's been good, it's just dominated WWE to the fact where, you know, everybody else doesn't get equal opportunity.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you've now sacrificed the World Heavyweight Championship to tell this story. A title that really was getting a lot of complaints from the get-go.
Yep.
So now, even more so, it's taken a backseat again, twice over, to Roman and the Bloodline. So that's why I guess, you know, if you had this in the books, maybe you should have pulled the trigger on it sooner. I don't know, but I don't know how far they saw this down the line either. So who knows?
True.
You know, even if you were going to do it here at Night of Champions, leave the World Heavyweight Championship for Money in the Bank. You know,
Yeah,
you didn't have to do it at Night of Champions. You know, you had a stacked card. I don't know. I mean, you know, you could have had a fun match with Seth and Finn, or you could even have started the tournament. You know, I don't know. I got a lot of issues with putting on the World Heavyweight Championship on first. That's my deal. So, any more thoughts on the Roman or on Night of Champions and Bloodline and anything else?
no, good show. It's like all around good show.
Good show, yeah.
Like I said, it was just like it was a long weekend of wrestling. That's all I got to say. It was a
a long,
lot of
week.
stuff to digest.
There's also been long, bad weekends of wrestling. And you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Why did I waste my 3 days on that?
Yeah. I try to spread it out as much as I,
Right.
Between AEW and, I did want to watch NXT, so I ended up, watching one. I think I watched AEW Sunday night, and I watched NXT like I think Monday
afternoon
or something like Monday afternoon, which I like sporadically out the day while I was working and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that like I said, NXT was that the what do you call it? Dijak match was freaking.
I heard about that.
That show was fucking brutal, dude. They're like I think they're like literally just really fighting each other because the amount of bruises that they both had throughout the match on their bodies is like insane. And granted, they were using a lot of stairs, and stuff like that, because it was a last man standing match. But yeah, they beat the crap out of each other. Tiffany Stratton.
I like her too.
That was a match for me. That was a match of that show for me. That was a really good match, man. She's They did the right thing. Put the strap on her, dude. You could kind of see they're kind of building her up to that anyway. But the opening match was great. The triple threat, the North American Championship match with dude. It was like I said, that show was shorter too. It was 2 hours.
Right.
Easier to digest. Fast paced action. It was good, man. Comparing it to Night of Champions and AEW, obviously AEW had a lot of good moments and stuff like that. But
AEW.
We'll like you said, we'll leave that to the tavern boys to talk about that because not good reviews.
Anything else you want to add from WWE land for this week?
New tag champs. I guess congrats to Ronda and Shayna.
Oh, that's right.
New women's tag team champions.
I was like, wait, what?
Hopefully,
I totally forgot those existed for a second.
Hopefully, they break the curse.
Jeez, Liz, you're telling me. Well, and let's talk about Ronda. I gotta pull up the tweet here. She said something this week that.
I think I was gonna bring it up. I think about the
very interesting.
Team. Which I think I agreed with everything she said. So
hold on.
Not everything, but there was a couple of things.
But it's like kind of look who's calling the kettle black. Which, by the way, did you happen to see? I know we said we were going to talk AEW, but the lead singer of that random band.
I know.
He had Finn Balor paid.
He went full Finn Balor.
Jeez, go back in the archives.
Yeah,
kind of a little joke now, but way back in the archives. This is like probably a year and a half ago now.
A
little joke we have, but man, Woo!
I would like to think that's why he got double super kicked. I mean, maybe that's why they did it, or they were just sick of hearing that song over and over again.
Oh man, that was a mess. Anyways, so here's a quote from Ronda Rousey. This is via New York Post. With how this mainly shallow the women's division is right now, there's not enough women around to keep us busy for a month. So that's the biggest challenge, and we have to get this company to actually care. Okay,
Where's she wrong about any
so
of those
the
statements?
first part she's right. The second part, do you care? That's what I want to. That's what I want to say. Like, how much do you really care?
So I remember reading stuff about her like campaigning for a lot of change in like the women's division, but getting shut down a lot. I'm not sure what idea she has for it, but
Yeah,
she's right. They don't care about the women's tag team division at all.
100%.
Like I mean, maybe her thinking early was like, give us the titles, give me and Shayna, and we can build something with it. Like we can be the the longest reigning like women's, and people are like, we're getting all these people after us. I think with they had it right with like Sasha and Naomi, because Sasha's somebody, Naomi's she's pretty much with Sasha, so that's gonna build her up, right? That you need that type of star power to hold those titles, and they didn't. Once they left the company, it was like there was no real star power attached to those.
They cursed the titles.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was like
they were cursed before though.
I mean, if it did go to like Ronda and Shayna, Ronda's a name. Everyone knows who she is. She's a star. Right. So like if you have the people competing against her, like that brings prestige to the tag team championships. And I think maybe that's where they fumbled, giving it to who was the champions after that? Who won it? Was it like
after Sasha Naomi?
Yeah.
What did like Raquel and
it was like Damage Control, right?
No, it was supposed to be Damage Control.
Oh, then Raquel and
Liv. Who was her previous partner?
Raquel and Aaliyah, right? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. So like right there, like even that, give it to like if you're not going to give it to Io and Dakota, maybe Bailey, maybe do the Freebird rule and have
I think Raquel is probably the the one person that's not booked right in the entire company right now.
Yeah, she needs to be singing.
They are screwing her up. It reminds me actually a lot of like when Rhea came back into the main roster.
Yes, she kind of like
and it's just like
fumbled around.
I'm happy to be here. I love Raw. Yay. Hi. I think it's strong, but it's okay. I'm your friend. That's what's going on right now with Raquel. It's like, dude, turn her into a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. God damn.
They didn't do that.
No, and then and they could keep on just like, look at my back. I'm strong.
Just sticking her in tag teams and freaking.
Yeah. It's stupid. So make her be they need people on the single level. Because right now they ain't got nobody. Bianca and Rhea, and that's it. That's it. And now a lot of your stars are, like we talked about, going away.
Taking time off.
Alexa, Charlotte, everybody else, who knows how much longer Becky's got, Let's be real. At some point she's gonna step away. I mean, she's got a little girl. She's gotta be there,
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's they are in trouble though. So I agree with that part, but like you have to show some care too if you want the company to care. Like if you're just out there like rocking out with your stupid grin on your face. Don't give a damn about your reputation. No, we can tell. You don't give a damn about your reputation. That's true. That's 100%. I don't know. Just ever since she came back and Royal Rumble, what was it, 2022, right?
Yeah.
It has not been the same Ronda at all.
No.
I don't know. I think she kind of got exposed now. You know, she only knows a handful of moves. I mean, besides, you know, just her judo throws. It's not like she's in there like, you know, really putting on story within the match. She's just out there doing judo throws and heel hooks
And headlock takeovers.
And roll ups.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is the first time in a long time that the women's division's been kind of like just shaky, as I like to say. It's like
it's everywhere too,
across the board. Like we talk about it, AEW's, you know, suffering a little bit. With the women, I mean, obviously they got Chris Statlander back, but
it's a fun moment. It's good, but I mean,
what do they do with Jade now? Does she? Are they going to finally put her in the main event picture?
Jamie Hayter's hurt. That was not a good situation.
Jamie Hayter, yep.
You throw the title on Boney Storm and my cousin Boney Storm, my cousin with the fat ass. Oh man, it's good that Young Puke's out here. He would have to edit this one out too.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, come on, man! Don't
Gee
say
willikers.
fat ass."
Gee golly gosh, guys, don't talk like that.
Anyways, anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. We'll see what happens with the bloodline tomorrow.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see. And with that,
Hey, yo.
it's time to wrap this bad boy up. Marco, what's going on in Chick-fil-A land?
We will be recording tonight, actually, for a brand new episode. Recapping the whole weekend of wrestling.
Nice.
So that should be fun. Obviously, you know, the regular stuff, figure talk, listener mailbag, which I always look forward to.
The mailbag's been on fire.
Those are always fun. Hoping to hear some more. You know, you gonna let me talk? You gonna let me finish? Hoping to hear that again.
That popped me hard, dude. And then you can tell too. I don't know what happened after that, but there was definitely something edited out.
No, you let me talk? You let me finish? You done? Yeah, no, that's so peek behind the curtain. We kind of talk about this. I mean, I'm not sure if we mentioned this on the show at all, but this the before the show stuff is always the funniest. With like you know, everyone trying to get like, you know, get ready for the show and stuff like that. But even before Jordan, when it was just me, Seth, and Sheena, like the beginning stuff where there'd just be like nights where like, you know, just wasn't it, just not happening. I remember there was a night where they were recording the drop for "Welcome to the Chick-fil-A Show," having her say that, and they like had to repeat over and over again. Dude, that was like one of it was like you're the child and you're just sitting there watching your parents like just yell at each other back and forth, and you're like, "Mommy, Daddy, stop yelling." There's stuff like that happens. It's fun. But then you got a little glimpse of it on the show. You done? You let me talk.
You gonna let me talk? What do you guys want to talk about?
I might throw that in tonight if they talk about me. Yes, you let me finish.
You let me talk? You let me talk? Can I talk?
But yeah, always obviously chickfoley.com. Sign up to the Facebook group, man. We're in full swing of the predictions league that we got going. I'm in the mid card status. I'm moving my way up.
Yeah,
I think it's my first time ever.
I'm up there. I'm right there.
Seth is Jordan's low. Jordan's at the bottom.
Jordan's real low. Ari is beating Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. So
damn.
You know what I did? I shouldn't have switched. I switched one of my predictions from this show for the league, and I should have kept it. I would have been a little bit higher, but that was my fault. That was my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's obviously, you know, Instagram, Twitter. Come follow us there.
Absolutely.
Fun times.
And of course, also follow the Pod Foundation. Check out, of course, Extra Cooler, Chick-Foley, Of course, Turnbuckle Tavern here, and myself coming down the aisle. Coming Down the Aisle pod. Head over to comingdowntheaislepod.com for all your Coming Down the Aisle needs. This week, we have the host of the Reluctant Adult Podcast, Mr. Paul Kelly. We talked some fun stuff. He picks an interesting match this week. We watch Spencer Powers, aka Pixel Dan, taking on Matt Cardona for the prestigious PWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Little indie match, little Pixel Dan versus Matt C, the death match king.
The indie god.
The indie god, of course, who was our own extra cooler, came up with that logo, if you're not familiar with that. But yeah, so we talk that, we talk wrestling. Of course, I'll do my review, talk figures. Next week, good chance I won't be here on RAWDOWN, depending on what's happening. I am taking a little vacation, leaving next Friday, so depends on how things work. We'll see with packing and all that good stuff, so I may not be here. As far as Coming Down the Aisle goes, I may drop a small episode next week, and then the following week I'll drop a list. So I leave. We'll be leaving Friday afternoon, heading over to Houston to fly out. We're gonna be in the NYC.
Yeah,
and then
northeast,
baby. Boney coming to town, baby. Beverly Hillbillies coming to town, baby.
That's funny.
Anyways, but so yeah, I'll be a little bit on a vacation over the next couple of weeks. So for sure, the week of the 12th, I won't be on RAWDOWN, or I might have a list episode. We're gonna be recording top 10 ladder matches.
Nice.
So make sure you check that out. So, all right. I think that's gonna do us. Let's of course get to all the bugs. Thank you everybody for watching or tuning in. Of course, you can head over to the turnbuckletavern.com where you can find all the links. You've got your Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, all the good stuff, and all the social media links: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Also, just a quick programming note, of course, like I mentioned on the top of the hour, flagship show it might be out by now. Had a little bit of delay this week, so make sure you tune into all things Turnbuckle Tavern and Pod Foundation. There's gonna be a lot of Pod Foundation shows out in the next 24 hours, so make sure you catch up, or just save them over the weekend. So head over to theturnbuckletavern.com. Also, you can not that one. Head over to prowrestlingtees.com/tavern. Get your Boney Shivani and Boney Khan shirts, your MVP Marcos, RAWDOWN, and if you want, get the Young Anthony and the Hollywood Tony. If you feel like giving your dog a chew toy or something, give them those shirts. I don't know. And then Teespring as well. You got the RAWDOWN logo. You could be the RAWDOWN champion, but Marco is actually the RAWDOWN champion.
Yeah, buddy.
Or you could get your own new J-Bone shirt, the Mr. Backlash, because I am Mr. Backlash. And catch those on Teesprings, all the stickers, and get a bug. I need to get a coffee mug. I keep forgetting about that. I need to grab me a coffee mug. And of course, call the Tavern 304-404-2004. Leave us a voicemail, and you can hear your message on the flagship show. If you have something you disagree with, hey, let's hear us about it. If you think I'm right and I'm smart, then of course, by all means, say that too. So 304-404-2004 for that. And that's gonna do us for this week. Again, Young Anthony should be back next week. Hopefully, if not, we're gonna have to find somebody to run the show. But until then,
Life sucks. Life
Till then.
sucks. And then you die.